Okay, guys, I got the right numbers here for what we're looking for. This will be more of a calculator version here. So this is assignment number 14, so we're ahead of the game now. So this is for Wednesday, and so if we talked about earlier, this is just the inverse of this. So what we're really asking, so for finding each value, we're asking this: what value of theta is root 3 over 2 an answer for? So we've got to kind of do some work on this one. So we know that this is the inverse. So we got to work backwards. So we draw our triangle. It's a positive sign. So we're working here. Okay? So it can be this one. And your book will have different answers because they use a little different values. But as you guys solve these things, you guys got to know that root 3 can be positive in both quadrants. We talked about this. Let's just finish that off. Yeah, it's kind of funky looking, but we'll deal with it. Root 3. This is 2. This is 2. That means this is negative 1 and this is 1. So this is root 3 over 2. Across from root 3 is 60 degrees. Across from root 3 is 60 degrees. So I have two answers here. One, where I work backwards from 180 degrees. So 60 back is 120 degrees. And then one where I start at 0 and I work to 60 degrees. So this one here is going to be 60 degrees. And so I have two answers, 120 degrees and 60 degrees. Or I can convert it to radians, and this is going to do 2 pi over 3. And this is going to be pi over 6. So those all equal the same thing. So this here is the answer to the arc sine problem. What is the arc sine of root 3 over 2? Well, I'm given the fraction. I've got to find the radians that go with it. So if we look at number 16, it's the same idea. Cosine is positive where? Cosine is positive in quadrants 1 and 4. So now I'm looking here. Ooh, those are bad triangles. We'll just make them look a little better. Those are ugly. Okay, so adjacent is root 3. So both sides are root 3. This is going to be 1, and this is going to be negative 1, and this is 2, and this is 2. Remember, this is adjacent over hypotenuse. So I have an angle here. It's across from the 1. So this angle is 30 degrees. This angle is down 30 degrees. So if that's the case, then this one's going to be 330 degrees, or 11 pi over 6. This one is going to be 30 degrees, or pi over 6. This one's pi over 3, sorry. That one is not pi over 6. I knew something was wrong. This is pi over 3. So go back and change that. So we have that one there, and we have an answer of that one there. Given a fraction, I work back to an angle. That's kind of what we keep doing with these. This is called inverse. It's an inverse operation, or our arc sine. So these here, I'm going to get my calculator going, even though I got my radio going here. So these, and I don't know if they'll work good on the phone, but these are just calculator problems. So you're going to plug this literally like you see it into the calculator. So I'm going to go the tangent. Let's see how I can do it on this one. Where is that at? So we're going to go 3 divided by 5. Let's see how I can do this. Okay. So we're going to go with, shoot, this thing's driving me nuts. 3 divided by 5 is 60. 0.6. Second tangent. That gives me 30.96. 30.96 degrees. And what is the cosine of 30.96 degrees? Take that off, give me the cosine. The answer is 0.857, but they want to round to the nearest tenth, so it's 0.86. So plug that in the calculator, get your answer. Take that, plug it in and use cosine function. These are literally all calculator problems. So if I go to this one, I'm going to do, and it just depends on your calculator. This is, I'm going to do 4 divided by 9, if that works. And that's going to equal that. I'm going to do inverse sine. That's going to give me 26.387. Then I'm going to take the cosine of that. I'm going to hit the cosine button on my calculator. And this is going to equal 0.895. And that's going to round to 0.90 because they want it to the nearest tenth. So, again, these are just calculator problems. So just get used to plugging them into your calculator. Yeah, I'm listening to a little Creed, so sorry about that. Second thing, now we're solving. Remember, this is the variable we're looking for. So we've been talking about these ideas of inverse. Remember, these are inverses. These are the inverses of these guys. So, see nearest tenth, you're either using the table or your calculator. Might as well get used to using the calculator. So the idea is I'm going to take the inverse operation of each side. So this is going to be the tangent of theta, and this is going to be 3.8. So what happens is it's like anything else. If we use the inverse tangent, they're just going to cancel each other out. I'm left with theta is equal to whatever that is. So I'm going to plug that in my calculator, 3.8. Second inverse tangent, 75.26 degrees. So again, these are all calculator problems. So let's just tackle this one. So we've got the cosine of theta. So again, I'm going to bring the cosine of theta down. I'm going to bring 0.56 down. And how do I get rid of the cosine? I use its inverse operation. Those are going to cancel. I'm left with theta. And then again, I use a calculator for this. So we're going to do 0.56 inverse cosine, 55.94. So approximately 55.94 degrees. So it's just it's just the setup, guys. And then all we have to do from there is we just have to use our calculator. So that's the intro to assignment 14. Hopefully that helps you out. We'll talk a little bit about it tomorrow. And we're a day ahead.